Hello. Oh, I just hit myself. Hello everybody, my name is Stephanie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm just going to do a really quick unboxing video for the 2020 MacBook Pro. I had previously wanted to film an unboxing video for the Air, but that ended up becoming quite the ordeal and I actually ended up buying a Pro instead. I saw a lot of these floating around on YouTube when I was doing my research for which computer to buy, on like customization tips that you can do for your computer, and so I figured that I could try those out and make it into video too because it's quarantine and I really have nothing better to do, I guess. So without further ado, so as I was saying, I did initially want to purchase a MacBook Air because it is just the most affordable option in terms of Apple computers. I had purchased one in 2015, years and years ago, and it did get me through 4 years of university and more. It was working pretty well for its age, I would say, but I personally just wanted something a little bit newer and, you know, a little shinier. The reason why I chose the Air over the Pro to begin with is because it has the 10th generation processor and the DDR4 memory. So it is, you know, faster in those regards. Something that I wanted to do actually is start filming some videos and doing some editing. And so I thought that it would be a good idea to upgrade the processor for the MacBook Air because the standard model has a dual core processor, and so I paid an extra $150 Canadian and I upgraded it. It was actually built to order, so it was built in China and then mailed over, and it took me about 3.5 weeks to get it at my door. You know, as sleek and as shiny as it was, it just really was quite underwhelming for me. I had a Facebook video call with a friend and the computer was getting super hot, fans were on. Even on the day that I unboxed it, it got extremely hot, and even just having some tabs open on Google Chrome, it got really hot to the point where like my hands would start to sweat quite a bit, and that's definitely not very ideal on a computer, especially one that you pay, you know, $14.50 for before tax. Again, the MacBook Air that I had was 5 years old, and personally I thought it was performing better than the new computer that I had just bought at the time, and that's just not right, I think. And like I said, I had actually tried to film an unboxing video for the MacBook Air that I bought, and as I was trying to edit it, standard iMovie, I just experienced a lot of lagging and a lot of buffering and loading, and for a brand new computer it just really was not good enough. It was, I guess, my final verdict and my final opinion, my personal opinion, at least for my personal needs at this very time. I just wanted to purchase something that was better than what I was previously using, and it just was not. So I did end up returning it and I did purchase a new MacBook Pro instead. I purchased the standard base model. It does have a quad-core processor, but it is a little bit older. It's 8th generation. Every other laptop that Apple offers has moved to the 10th generation except this one, and it still only has the DDR3 memory. But it is supposed to handle heating a lot better just because there is connection between the processor and the fan, which I don't believe the MacBook Air does, from what I understand based on my own research. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me because I'm definitely not an expert. Overall, I'm very much hoping that this computer won't have the same heating problem. I have not had a computer in 3 weeks maybe, which doesn't sound like a very long time, but you know, doing everything on your phone is just, it's not ideal and it's not good for your eyes. So yeah, I did get my computer in the mail yesterday. They weren't in stock in any of the stores around me, so I did have to get it shipped in, and I think it was also made to order because it took a long time. And here she is. And she does have that touch bar over there, which I'm a little excited for, not gonna lie. It's not really something that I was really wanting, but if it comes with it, then I'll take it, I guess. Okay, so there. Ooh. Oh, she's heavy. I will say I can feel the difference in the weight. This is a little bit heavier than what I'm used to, but I'm sure I will get used to it. I don't know if this is worth noting, but the new computers don't actually come with the long extension cables anymore. When I traded in my previous MacBook Air, they actually let me keep mine, which is nice, so I don't have to buy another one. Not that I ever used it, to be honest. Standard charging cords and stuff like that. Okay, so they're so shiny, oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, there she is. That's the logo. I really gotta stop with these pronouns. Again, even with that upgraded quad-core processor, that computer just could not handle what I wanted to do with it. I'm always scared that like when something expensive is ordered online and it's getting shipped to you, it'll like inevitably get dropped at some point. So I don't know if the problem was with that specific computer or like that whole line or that batch or what, or if that's just normal for those computers. I knew that I needed to invest a little bit more, and I was able to, and so that's why I did. I understand that that's not the case for everybody, for sure, but if you do have the means and you do want to do a little bit of video editing, you do want to do a little bit of multitasking, I think that this might just be the better option. So I actually thought that I had footage from my previous filming attempt, but it's really bad, so I'm just gonna redo it. I've already customized this computer, but I'm just gonna walk through on some of the things that I think are pretty worth noting. So in terms of a desktop background, I mean, it's really up to you. I prefer this website right here. I think they have really aesthetic images, but I know some people like to have, like, for example, like a calendar or like a nice photo in the background, but I am very partial to leaves. I love them, I don't know why. They're just so pretty to look at. So I'm just gonna download this one right here and then go to System Preferences, Desktop, and Screensaver. And in my downloads, it is right here. So I've already got it set, but basically that's it. If you like the look of that vintage flipping clock screensaver that a lot of YouTubers have, it can be downloaded at flicklo.com. When it's been downloaded, make sure to click on it and open it up, and then double click on the saver file here. It'll prompt you to accept an installation, and then you can just go back where we were before, except this time we'll just go to screensaver. So something that I like to have enabled is something called the 3-finger drag, and that basically gives you the ability to use 3 fingers to drag anything around. So that's found under accessibility, and then you just want to go to pointer control and then trackpad options, enable dragging, and then choose the 3-finger drag. I think that it's pretty useful. You can also customize the dock down here. I like to have mine hidden and have it pop out, but you can also have it stationary there as well. And you can choose how big it is, whether you want it to be magnified when you scroll on these things. I prefer just a little bit, not too much, and you can have it on the left or the right or wherever you please. There's also the general customizations that you can have, the appearance of it. I mean, these are all pretty standard, but I do like to have a different highlight color. I'm a big fan of purple, and then you can choose your default browser and stuff like that here as well. Something else that I like to have is my name up here on the menu bar, and all you have to do is go to users and groups and then click login options, and then you can click this one to display it or not display it. I think that's kind of neat too. Something else that really bothers me is when I want to backspace and it takes a long time for the key to register, which is the default setting on a new Mac. And to change that, you can go to keyboard, and then for delay until repeat, just put it all the way to short. So for example, when it's long and you have a bunch of letters here, if you press down delete, it takes a while to register, but if you have it short, then it doesn't take so long. I also like to see the battery percentage because there's a big difference between 5% and 2%. I won't run at 5%, but I will run for a plug at 2%. So I like to have this shown, and that's just under the battery icon on the menu here. Something else that I forgot to mention is something called hot corners, and that's under the screensaver tab in settings. You can actually customize what happens when you move your cursor in one corner. So for example, I have put display to sleep on the top right corner here, and when I move my cursor here, it'll go to sleep. If you ever need to like really quickly hide your screen for whatever reason, you are able to. Something else that I did not know you could do is you can actually customize the folders on your desktop. The default is just a blue folder, but you can actually change that to basically any icon that you wish to, as long as it is a PNG image and it's got a clear background. So I'm just gonna look for a folder PNG image. I'm just going to save that image. And I'm just going to open that up and then select all and then copy it. So I'm just going to Control A, Control C, and then you don't need that anymore. Go back to desktop and then get the information for this, and then click on this icon right here. It's going to have a blue outline, and then you just have to paste it. And that's it. And then you can go back to desktop and your icon will be there. And if you check your desktop, there it is. That's kind of it for me. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm not an expert. I don't know computers that well. I've just been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and then I learned from the mistake that I made. I guess that's a life lesson. Grow through the things you go through. Does that apply? I don't know. Nonetheless, I hope that it was able to help somebody in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully I'll see you next time. I don't know what I'm gonna film next, if I ever will, but yeah, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.